I was old, I was young, I was sitting in the sun. I was tired of the run, I was done. Life was great, life was hard, in a way an awful card. You can't win the losing hand. But the rain stopped falling and the line on the floor was crossed, and the pain I'd been feeling washed away to return another day. I was cold, I was bold, I had fragmented my soul into pieces contradicting themselves. Perhaps it is as it is, how the world is the mess, means that every heart and soul needs to be whole. And the road signs keep changing as the road stretches out ahead, and the mood keeps on changing. All I wanna do is lie down in bed. How are you? Are you blue? I can sense a sadness in you. Don't you worry, every storm passes on.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Lunch Therapy. I hope you are all having a great Wednesday so far. My music is way too loud as usual. I've got a great show lined up for you today. I've got Micaela Fagan here, comedian from American Comedy Institute and many other things. It's so good to see you all. And today is a big day because we're going to talk about the Perseverance Mars lander. Micaela I brought on because she's super funny, but she's also into science and into space in particular. And tomorrow, we've talked about this on the show before, but the lander will be heading into Mars' atmosphere and landing on the planet in about 24 hours. And it's hurtling towards Mars right now, which is super exciting. Holy, sunny again in Palm Springs. Todd, you got out of Washington State right in time because apparently it's just soup up there with the snow and the rain, and I don't know. Somebody will probably check in and let us know what's going on there. So we're going to explore this thing, and we're also going to explore a few other very, very important topics today. I'm trying to work out more, though. I've been, packing on the pounds during this quarantine. So I can't find time to do it. So I'm going to do some workout, here on the show. Maybe you'll join me. I know we usually do breathing. We'll do that too. I'm starting with this
to the organization of
Bonnie
President
Pruden
Eisenhower's
workout.
Committee on Youth Fitness.
It's
Want to take some off of here and possibly a
because
little
I do.
there?
That's what I need. I need to take some off of there
Hands
and
up.
here.
Twist, twist.
A twist.
Now lean over and bend the elbows. Twist.
Okay, everybody, if you could join me with this.
20
We're going to
times
do
a day,
breathing pretty soon.
every day until
25
you work up to
times a
100.
day, every day.
And your husband too.
And your
Exercise
husband
is an
too.
important part in keeping trim. The rest is in what you eat. You need protein foods to help keep you trim and fit. And one of the best is Post Grape Nuts with 30%
Oh, wait, that
more
reminds
protein
me.
per spoonful.
There's breaking news.
Golden
Breaking
brown
news.
nuggets bursting with an unusual...
Thanks to, thank you very much there to Bonnie Pruden. Bonnie Pruden there for that workout. Hopefully we, feel a little bit better from that. I feel a little bit better from that workout. I really do. But the breaking news is that the Grape Nuts drought may be over. After several months of not having grape nuts anywhere on the planet, the beloved cereal that tastes a lot like stale bread, whose spokesperson told us when we were young to eat pine trees and cattails, and then he quickly died a couple of years later, leaving us to wonder, was it the pine tree? Was it the cattail that killed him? Or was it the grape nuts? I don't know. But now, after several months of searching for the last bowl of grape nuts in your back cupboard and trying to make yourself, trying to make it yourself from stale bread or something, it seems that grape nuts will be coming back to our aisles and preventing people from possible cereal side or depression. Yes, grape nuts is back. So it's a big New York Times article, and I'm sure you want to read a lot about it. Let's see what the chat room thinks about grape nuts. I don't know if they're good. I don't know. One step closer to Martian colonization, says Jose. Yes, we're going to talk about that for sure. Just do a crazy walk in a Monty Python style. Walk this way. That'll get your blood pumping. What is that from where the guy says, walk this way? That's a little quiz there.
Oh, Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Young Frankenstein. Thank you, Micaela. Micaela is off stage right now because this is the breaking news segment, and I'm glad that she chimed in, and I hope that she will do more. So ironic that the man who created the traffic circle in Long Beach, unfortunately, he perished driving in his own traffic circle. Is that true, Chuck Goldsmith? That is an incredible story. The man who invented the traffic. It's like the Segway. Didn't the person who invented the Segway, didn't they die going off a cliff on the Segway? Somebody has to check that for me, because I seem to think that it's true. And is that ironic? Seems like it would be, right? Okay, now I'm going to share a little, the quote from the Grape Nuts people. We recognize that the temporary grape nut shortage has been frustrating to fans, given that Grape Nuts is a one-of-a-kind cereal, and there's no other cereal like it on the planet. Kristen DeRock, the cereal's brand manager, said in a statement just days ago. And she added, we ramped up production and are running full swing 51 out of the next 58 days. Well, they're giving it almost 100%, almost 100%. Grape Nuts has been around since 1897, but let's get into the show, because there's more Grape Nuts to be had. motor. I'm gonna get myself a motor. I'm gonna get myself a motor. How do we know that the Mars landing isn't happening on a soundstage at Area 51? You really have to wonder. And why even bother having the soundstage out there in the desert? Just, you can do it from anywhere. It's a good point. There's a lot of people out there who don't believe in the moon landing. We're going to have to discuss that. I'm going to bring Micaela on. Micaela, can I bring you on for the breathing portion of the show? Would that be all right?
Sure, I'm breathing right now.
Okay, good. Because it's a good warm-up to the heavy-duty breathing that we're going to do. There's two of me. Soon there will be just me and Micaela. There you are. Hey, Micaela.
Hey.
How are you doing? It's good to see you.
You as well. Happy to be here.
All right. So this is Micaela Fagan. For those of you who don't know her, which I'm sure there are very few that don't know about Micaela, and because she's world famous. And we're going to do our breathing in through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. You think that was a good length of time to hold the breath? Did it seem too long, too short? Let's try it again.
No, that was perfect.
It was good, huh? In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. Area 51 is being used to fake the election. That's what Jose says. It's in use right now, faking the election and faking the attack on Congress. And yes, there's all kinds of weird conspiracy theories are out there, aren't there? Loretta is here. Hi, Loretta. And we've got one more breath. Loretta, if you haven't done your first two breaths, you should probably get them done. Got to stay up to date on conspiracy theories. The attack was on a Hollywood soundstage. Isn't that ridiculous, people? I'm a flat earther myself. And I know Micaela is too. Okay, so this is the third breath. In through the nose, out through the toes. These things are ruining us, these conspiracy theories. Let it go. I have a couple quotes. For us here. I had a couple quotes, but now they're not here. I had these fantastic quotes for us today, and I think I can find them. Just a sec. Let's go back here. So they think they're back here. Let me see. Nope, they're not. It's the worst when you have fantastic quotes to give people and then they just disappear. But they were about perseverance. Perseverance. Here they are.
Oh, well, that's very fitting.
Isn't it, though? Here's one. Perseverance is the secret of all triumphs. Victor Hugo. And let's see another one. Now that I have them and can show them. Great works are not achieved by strength, but by perseverance. Samuel Johnson. And why is perseverance? Why is that relevant to today's show, Micaela?
You'd like me to answer?
Yeah, I would like you to answer, yeah.
Okay. Perseverance is the name of our newest Mars rover.
Wow. That's cool. And it's landing tomorrow.
It's landing tomorrow.
Or it's not.
7-month journey. No, it's landing tomorrow. Let's be optimistic. Yes.
Yeah, let's be as optimistic as possible. Perseverance is stubbornness with a purpose. Josh Shipp. I don't know who Josh Shipp is, but it's a great one. And the other is perseverance is failing 19 times and succeeding the 20th. Julie Andrews. It's very apropos.
Well, let's hope she's wrong. I hope Julie Andrews is wrong.
I hope so, too. All right, well, you're freezing a little bit. Maybe you can pop off, come back on just in case. We can see if we can fix it. And it sounds good. Let's see. And in the meantime, we're gonna watch a Grape Nuts commercial.
Hi, boys and girls. Here's a new free offer as exciting as the
You're back.
OPC itself from Post Grape Nuts.
Nice.
Imagine
Just in
being
time for
given
Grape
the whole
Nuts.
model
Yeah.
fleet of these thrilling Century speedboats, the trim Coronado 20 and the powerful water beauty, the Century
So-
Arabian 18. Well, right now, these authentic models that really float are offered you free by delicious Post Grape Nuts. Each boat is molded of strong plastic in 2 colors and complete in detail from bow to stern. Get your boat models free.
So they originated with talking to kids, Grape Nuts, and saying, hey, we're going to give you a boat. And then they show actual boats, and then they just give you this little crappy toy boat. But it looks like, so they were marketing to kids for Grape Nuts, right? And then,
Yes.
so I don't know why, maybe they didn't know who was going to eat this cereal, but they really worked hard in marketing this thing. Then they got celebrities.
Grape Nuts breakfast time.
Andy Griffith.
Good.
I don't know if
Crunchy
you know
little
about.
nuggets bursting with nut sweet flavor.
Well, first we got to exercise them.
Do we have to?
Now, that's our agreement. We got to keep slim and trim. It helps to eat the right kind of foods, like a Post Grape Nuts breakfast.
I do, honest.
And we got to exercise.
I
Did you ever
You
watch
want
the
your
show?
Post Grape Nuts?
Barn.
Come on.
Michaela?
I was an I Love Lucy girl to the core. I didn't watch anything other than that from that time.
This show, I don't know. I was not a huge fan, but it was, fun for a lot of people.
Fills you up, not
So now it's like all of a sudden they're starting to say, okay, you should probably exercise when you eat Grape Nuts. And now it's going to get hardcore.
Weighty problem.
No problem. I keep trim and fit with protein.
Who is
Then you
this
must
guy?
be a Grape Nuts fan. It's the high-protein cereal.
Oh, any protein cereal suits me. As long as it's Post Grape Nuts.
Bright girl, she knows the importance of protein in the diet. And Grape Nuts gives more protein per spoonful than any other cereal. 30% more. More energy, too.
Whoa.
Best of all, Grape Nuts taste good.
They're wonderfully different, so nut-like. Stay crisp in milk like no other cereal.
Any protein cereal suits me. As long as it's Post Grape Nuts.
Oh, no.
Most any cereal is fine with me, as long as you spell it P-O-S-T, 'cause all Post cereals happen to be
Just a little better.
A little bit better.
a little bit better than any other cereal happens to be.
So
Post
nut-like.
Grape Nuts.
30.
I love that. It's nut-like. There's no nuts in it. And it's somehow nut-like.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody really knows what it is.
Yeah, I can only hear Jerry Seinfeld being like, "What's the deal with Grape Nuts? There's no grapes. There's no
he says
nuts."
that, doesn't he? The good old days when women went out to collect the grape nuts. I know. It's so... who is the guy talking to her anyway? He's just like mansplaining all over the place, right? Has anyone ever seen a grape nut? I've seen grapes. I've seen nuts. I've seen animals. A million animals eat pumpkins, but I've not seen any grape nuts. Okay, so now it's going to get even worse.
Here come Mrs. Edward R. Cast and her 18-year-old daughter, Chris, of Short Hills, New Jersey. Hard to believe that someone as trim and fit as Mrs. Cast, on the right, is 21 years older than her daughter. But it's true. And needless to say, her daughter is mighty proud of her mother. So's the old man.
The old man.
What keeps Mrs. Cast
Why is
so
the man
trim
old?
and
He's
fit?
eating grape nuts
There's
too.
one of the big reasons. Post Grape Nuts, the cereal that gives you 30% more protein per spoonful. A natural and
Let's put
delicious
that on
way
the picture.
to help keep trim and fit. Yes, no cereal looks like it, tastes like it, because only Grape Nuts
It
have
really
these
looks like
crunchy
fish
nuggets
tank gravel.
bursting
All I can
with
see is
nut
fish
sweet
tank
flavor.
gravel.
Tank gravel. That's what it's like. So now they're saying that it makes the mother look as young as the daughter. And if that's not enough, they've come out with this.
Oh no, Mrs. Bird.
Don't worry about it, Dennis.
I thought you were Dale.
Dale's my teenage daughter. We're often confused. How do I stay so slim? Exercise, and I watch what I eat, like Post Grape Nuts for breakfast. It fills you up, not out.
Like the Burks, your whole family will enjoy the chewy, nut-like flavor of Grape Nuts. Delicious post-Grape Nuts.
So the premise of this is that I stopped her in a funny place, but that the boyfriend went to goose Dale in the underwater, and instead he goosed the mother, and the mother was like, "It's okay." And Mrs. Caroline Burns. I'm not sure. Why do they even say Caroline Burke? Why do they even say like her full name? Are they just trying to make it clear that she's a Mrs.? Yeah,
I just like that they used her first name and not her husband's first name. That's lovely.
That's a good point. It's always post-Grape Nuts, never pre-Grape Nuts. It's a conspiracy, I tell you. The conspiracies are rampant. Helps when you're wearing the same wig. So
yeah, and same bathing suit.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It seems like mom is trying to be the daughter, trying to be Dale. And cigarettes keep you slim, too. There's probably a commercial for that, too. Pam Palmieri, isn't there Grape Nuts with raisins, too? There's Grape Nuts flakes. Excuse me. Not goose, just grab her arm. Okay, maybe not goose her. That's a good point. But then there's this.
Mrs. Burke, I thought you were Dale.
I lost myself on that one. But so yeah, that was from Kentucky Fried Movie. And so I guess I thought you were Dale became like a big like catchphrase back then after this show. I thought you were Dale. So the guy
I've never heard a woman, like a young woman with the name Dale either. Like that, I'd see like a truck driver.
I think we need to bring back the name Dale, and we need to bring back the phrase, I thought you were Dale.
I agree.
Don't you think? I mean, I try and use it as much as possible. You can use it out there on the East Coast. I'll use it here on the West Coast. We'll see if we can meet in the middle.
Okay. We'll meet in the middle, yeah.
Thought you were Dale. Grape Nuts with mushrooms. Psychedelic mornings. Yeah, they should have that. Okay, one more, and then we'll move on. And this is people trying Grape Nuts for the first time.
What happens when people taste post-Grape Nut cereal?
Thing is,
for
I
the
don't
first
believe
time?
this at all.
It's nutty. I like it.
I don't believe that you like it.
It tastes like wheat.
It's good though.
Has a natural flavor.
No one seems to enjoy it.
reminds me of my childhood.
Oh, come on.
Grape Nuts
When
is
we
a
used to
natural
eat
cereal
I grew up
fortified
during the
with vitamins.
Depression.
It has the crunchy, nutty taste people like.
I like to listen to something while I'm eating.
I love that ad. A man named Lynn. Oh, Dale Evans. There you go. But I guess that was a while ago, too. They need to bring that back. I feel Yule
I think it's
Gibbons.
cute for a girl.
What'd you say?
I think it's cute for a girl. I like girls with like boy names.
I do, too. Daryl Hannah. Can you think of another one? Is there another one?
I know a girl named Charlie. I always loved that.
We have some great quotes coming in. Mothballs. If I ate that much grape nuts in one sitting, I wouldn't be hungry for a week.
Yeah, it doesn't look very easily digestible.
It doesn't get soggy. Apparently, it's very good for hiking. And they actually used to put it in a box. They don't do this anymore, but they used to put it in a box without a lining in it. So it was just in the box, just because it didn't need it, because it was already stale, I guess.
Yeah. It already tasted like cardboard.
All right, so let's go. So now we've got to get on to the segue of the thing. And this is a comic strip from back in the day when Grape Nuts just started being around, maybe early 20th century. Is it true, Volto, that all Mars men have this extraordinary magnetic power? Quite true, Professor, and we recharge our magnetism by eating cereal grains once a day. And these Grape Nuts flakes are the best tasting whole grain cereal I've found on Earth. Wow. I bet if you tell your friends on Mars, Volto, they'll all be down. They'll all be down. That's kind of modern language, isn't it? They'll all be down with the Grape Nuts. Or maybe down to the Earth. It's like recycled drywall. Easy in, easy out fiber. Yeah, that's a good point. So, yeah, so Volto is from Mars. And it's funny because today's topic is Mars. And that is the segue into the next segment that I like to call comedians who do science. It's still up for debate what the name is. Flakes, that's an interesting way to describe nuggets. It is interesting. Okay, so during the intro, Micaela, log off and log back in and see if maybe we can stop this freezing. All right, cool.
Okay.
Okay, now we're here for comedians talking science, and we're going to talk about the Perseverance landing. And Micaela is, I'm sure she will be back soon. And let's see where she is here. This is a live show, and it can be dicey, but fun nonetheless. And we like the live quality of it. Micaela, welcome back.
Hi. I hope this works.
Don't worry about it. It's totally fine. I mean, what can we do about the internet? The internet is a mystery to all. And we're going to discuss that in a second. Loretta, remember there was no granola yet. Oh, was there no granola? I mean, how old is granola, I wonder? We're going to have to find out the age of granola. Grape Nuts, because gravel is already taken. Did anybody ever see... Now, have you ever heard of the thing called the Mandela effect? Micaela?
Yes.
So the Mandela effect is when you think something happened in the past, but you find out that it didn't. And a collective group of people think something happened in the past, but they didn't. Matt, I left Yule Gibbons out this time. But yeah, so Mandela effect. So people think Nelson Mandela was in prison and died there. But he didn't. He then became the president of South Africa and, had a long history. But some people swear that happened. And therefore, they think that we're in some kind of weird time continuum. Is that the way you know the Mandela effect? Comedians who do science, Gorp.
Yes, that's how I'm familiar with it too.
Yeah.
Same with we all think Sally Field said, "You like me, you really like me," and she did not.
She didn't?
No, it was just slightly different than that, but that's not how people remember the quote.
I've got one for you. Hey Lucy. What is the catchphrase that he has?
I'm home.
No, I don't think it's that one though.
But he never said that.
Oh, he never did? Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So or play it again, Sam. That's one. Have you heard that one? No one ever said play it again, Sam. Isn't that amazing?
I don't know if I've heard even play it again, Sam. I don't know.
Oh, you have? Casablanca, the movie Casablanca. Humphrey Bogart says, "Play it again, Sam," but he never says it in the movie. So yeah, so there's a bunch of them. So for me, I remember a Saturday Night Live skit called Quarry, and it was a commercial for a cereal that was made of rocks, and it said the slogan was "Tastes better because it's mined." And I don't know if anybody saw that. I looked for it, could not find it. The NSA is messing with Micaela's internet service. She's being monitored. I'm sure that's what's happening.
And what interesting things they must see.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories going on in our chat room today. It's crazy. I thought he died in the 90s. See, I think Luke, I'm your father. Vader never says, Luke, I'm your father. He never says that. He says, "Hey, Luke, I used to drive you to soccer practice." That's what he actually said. So I used to drive you to soccer practice all the time. Why won't you come to the dark side? Okay, so now we're going to move on to perseverance. So one of the things that I want to clear up is a lot of people think that the word perseverance is spelled perseverance. And it's actually perseverance. Did anybody have that confusion? Maybe they think that it used to be spelled perseverance, and now it's perseverance, and there's some kind of time continuum problem there as well. Maybe that's a Mandela effect. Luke, I am your father. Vader says, Luke, laughing my ass off. Hootie and the Blowfish did exist. They did not. It's not a thing. That was never a thing. There was never a band called Hootie and the Blowfish. Of course.
What?
I know. That's the thing. See, what happens is there's a split in the time continuum, and some of us go off in this direction, but we remember still the thing that happened on the other path. And I don't know how that happens. Maybe we jumped. So we miss out on these things. Some people think that there was a genie movie starring Sinbad, and there wasn't one.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that another big one?
Yes.
Jay Patterson's working, so she can't watch. Who says you can't watch when you're working? It's not like you're going to miss anything. Just keep it on there. All right, so watch party time. Sinbad. Did I say Sinbad? Sinbad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, Sinbad. Yeah, exactly. Sinbad, they thought he starred in a movie where he played a genie, and it didn't happen at all. So, okay, so a lot of you have snow right now. And I thought maybe I would show you some pandas in the snow, just to kind of lighten it up, because a lot of people, like in Texas, they lost power for days. And so I thought I'd show you red pandas at the zoo in, this is the Oregon Zoo. They're so cute. I know Micaela's probably stressed out because her internet keeps freezing, and I think this is going to totally help relax that situation. Because that's the kind of show this is. Calming music.
Bear.
While we watch pandas. Don't you love red pandas?
Move up.
Are these not otters?
What?
I see a seal.
Yeah, this is a seal. You're right. Red pandas were the beginning, and then I was trying to look for music. Totally missed it. So these are all kinds of animals at the Oregon Zoo just enjoying the snow.
With it.
And sorry, it moved on to the next one, and I have to show you this. This is, hold on, this one I have to have the sound on. This is this guy. Have you heard this guy, Ephemeral Rift? He does. Okay, so what he does is he does.
Out of the box to give you an idea.
I'm sure you all can hear him, and I can't.
Or one of the better
so I'm going to fix that.
I'm not really
So
play favorites or
he does ASMR
promote
about, and he does really weird ASMR.
100 times I don't do any kind of promotions. I don't get paid. I don't take gifts or anything like that. I just
So this is him doing ASMR, building a PC.
I purchase on my own accord, not because anyone is trying.
Are you into ASMR at all?
I'm gonna give that a no.
This is a very high level ASMR. This is him doing ASMR while building a PC. And I figured we'll probably have a lot of geeks watching this show like myself, and they might enjoy this, help relax them. I brought my Commodore VIC-20 modem, and I figure I could maybe get into some ASMR.
Oh yeah,
as
get
well.
tapping on that. Yeah.
All right, so moving on, we got to get onto the space thing. So,
woo! Did I come back? Did I go back and come back on, or has it not helped at all?
You can come. Well,
okay.
It hasn't really helped, but give it a whirl.
Okay.
Sinbad. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Best show on Facebook. This is a great show. Hopefully you're talking about this one. Let's see. Maybe it's. Why is he whispering? So ASMR is. I never know what it is exactly, but it's a thing that is supposed to calm down your nervous system. And they do it with sounds. A lot of times people, cut soap a lot of times people breathe. Sometimes I saw an ASMR the other day where the woman was just blowing kisses to you. And apparently it helps people with their something synchronous meridian response. That one did not help Micaela at all. But I think that this does this help at all? This
I love watching this.
This is what is this?
This is cool.
Maybe you can tell me.
This is from the International Space Station.
Yes. And that is, what planet is that? I love this show.
This one.
That's this one. So maybe we're down there somewhere. She needs to roll the kernel. They're saying that you need to roll the kernel and that will solve it. Do you know the term roll the kernel?
No.
It is when it's the euphemism that I use for restarting your computer. Because people get really angry when you ask them to restart their computer. And so we say roll the kernel here. And it's kind of an ASMR substitution. Pam's dog enjoys ASMR. You know, last week on the show, we had Jacqueline on the show, or I'm sorry, Veronique on the show. For some reason, those two names live in the same place in my head. But we had Jacqueline on the show, and she showed us some dog massage. Do you ever massage your dog?
No. He doesn't deserve that.
He doesn't deserve it. No, you're going to have to watch the show from last Wednesday where Veronique massages. It's a special kind of dog massage. It's actually legitimate. Before or after the Kool-Aid kicks in. Oh my goodness. So where's this? This is not Earth. This is
no.
Mars.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy? So this is the live Perseverance rover landing that you can go to on the, this is on the Cosmo Sapiens website. And it essentially gives you the details. It's landing on February 18th. It's landing in the Jezero crater on Mars. The mission duration is 687 Earth days. So there are some facts there. Tomorrow, like right around now, it's going to be landing. And it's going to be doing something. Okay, this is the thing that's incredible to me is, and I don't know if you can see this, but it's saying how fast it's going. And right now, it's going 47,763 miles per hour.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wow.
To put that into context, that is 15 times the speed of a bullet, a speeding bullet. So when you talk about faster than a speeding bullet, this is 15 times faster. I had a gal in LA who used to do cranial sacral massage on my dogs, and they loved it. I had a cat that had a spinal problem, and we used to give it acupuncture, and that cat loved acupuncture. And it was a cranky old cat, too. That's Utah. Jose says that's Utah. It could be. Lucerne Valley. Mir is Russian for peace. I don't know about that one. Okay, so let's move on.
Maybe.
What? Let's move on to the next thing.
Mir's the name of the
place like Jezero crater. Over several missions.
These are people talking about
things that we've been working towards.
This is like a thing where
is really
they had a
making
panel,
science instruments,
and they talked about Perseverance. And here we are, half an hour into the show, and I'm finally showing you Perseverance. There it is. This is the rover that's going to land on Mars tomorrow. Pam remembers that cat. Rolled the kernel. Thought it was when dissatisfied customers got money back from Colonel Sanders. So yeah, there it is. It is a multi-million-dollar device here. It is a car that's going to drive on the planet of Mars. And it's one of the things it's going to do is it's going to pick up samples, right? And the thing is, the samples, the weird thing about it is they've got these little tubes, and I'll show you later. And they're going to go in, they're going to pick up samples from the Earth, from the Mars. That's interesting. If you're on Mars and you pick up a big pile of dirt, do you say this is Mars rather than this is Earth? I think you do.
Oh,
We can hear you.
it's a good question.
We can hear you. Just so you know.
I know.
We can hear you. In fact, if you want to be a disembodied
good.
voice, you could be, if that would help you feel more free.
It's not what would help me. What would make it less annoying for everyone else?
No one's annoyed by you in any way. By
Okay.
your internet. So don't worry about that.
Well, I can see and hear you perfectly clearly, so.
We could just have a still picture of you, and it would just sit there. That's good. I like it. That's good. It's like a slideshow. So, okay.
Yeah, I'll just keep taking dramatic poses.
Yeah, so tell me what you know about the Perseverance.
All right. Well, it's very exciting stuff. We've had rovers on Mars before. Right now, Curiosity's our like most current rover, but this one we're sending specifically with the intention of getting like microorganic material. Like we want to see if there are signals of life. And the reason we picked Jezero Crater is because we are positive it was an ancient lake. Like it has a clear inlet and outlet. It has a very clear delta deposit. So we know like this used to have water in it. So that's why we're sending the rover to that location, because we feel like we have the greatest chance of picking up like actual organic material, or it'd be evidence of organic material.
So there is the landing site right there that you were talking about, Perseverance landing site, and it's in that crater. And it used to be a lake. That's what we think.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to find some stuff in there. And we've landed the Curiosity there, the Phoenix. The thing about it is it's not very easy to land these things on the planet and then have them run around.
Mm-mm.
I've got this map here. This is every Mars landing attempt ever. And it is, it's kind of, you can see how it's kind of hit and miss. So this is a really cool map, and it's from the Planetary Society. And you'll see in orange are the successes, in gray are the failures, and in blue are the future attempts. And you'll see that it seems sort of like maybe a third of the time it fails. And this is from different, so there's the Russians have done this. They started doing it. They failed many times over because they were the first, sometimes when you're the first. And that's maybe why they have named this Perseverance, because sometimes they send things up there and they just go. So Mars, here's some facts I've got for y'all. The Mars 3 was a Russian Mars landing that landed and sent one fuzzy picture and then lost contact. The Mars 6 sent some data when it was coming down. This is also a Russian probe. Mars 6 sent some data as it was coming down, and when it reached the surface, it totally went silent, and they never heard from it again. Mars 7 missed the planet by 1,700 kilometers and just kept going. And in the U.S. landed the Viking 1 3 years after the moon landing, and then the Viking 2 2 years after that, or no, just after that. And then 20 years went by, and they didn't do anything. No one did anything. And then the Pathfinder was put down in 1997. So there you go. Then the Mars Polar Lander, which was supposed to be on the South Pole, crashed. They lost total contact with it. Yeah, so you can see it's like really spotty. The European Beagle 2 landed in 2003, and then they lost contact. Can you imagine how frustrating that would be? Spend years and years.
So frustrating.
Oh. And so then the United States, the Spirit and the Opportunity landed in 2004. They were supposed to last only 90 days, but they lasted for years down there. So that was like an overachiever. So now we're looking at tomorrow. This is why tomorrow's so dramatic. It's like the ultimate reality show. We're going to try and land on this thing.
Yeah.
Let's see what Lauren Wesley Ackerman says here. No worries. It's a connection even without internet connection. There you go.
Oh, thank you, Lauren. Unless you're speaking about the Mars rover.
No, we're talking about you.
Okay.
If we ever make it to Mars, we better be ready for the rise of the rovers, because they're going to be pissed about being stuck on Mars, aka the Mojave Desert, without consenting. One of these landed and they lost total contact with it, and like 10 years later, when they were looking through the telescope, they found it, and it had these solar panels that were supposed to open up and give it power, but they never opened up. So it was just sitting there with the panels closed. And that's the thing, is once you get it up there, it's like the ultimate drone. It is a drone, I guess. You can't do anything about it if you lose contact with it. And it takes 15 minutes. When you say drive or whatever, you've got your little remote control. There's about 40 people that can drive these things in the world. And it takes 15 minutes for what you do to reach the planet and then for it to do it. It's like some kind of relay system.
Slow process.
Crazy.
This one is more advanced though, in that like it's designed, especially during the landing, to be taking images, and it uses terrain relative navigation. So it's going to be looking out for like, oh, that's a dangerous spot to land. Like they've programmed it to see what landmarks are dangerous and where is safer. So it can guide itself. So like for the first time, we'll be landing something where like the eyes are open, like we won't be landing blind. So hopefully it won't like, it's designed to not land in like a very precarious situation. Like it should find a really safe spot, which is insane. How does it do that?
It's nuts. They've got two of them too. Did you know they have two of them? They have one that's about to land on Mars, and then they have another one that's out there in Pasadena so that they can test things. It's like a duplicate of it.
Oh.
So they can just go, oh, we're going to try and go over this rock. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, now the 7 minutes of terror. We're going to show the 7 minutes of terror. Do you know what the 7 minutes of terror is?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Okay, great. Well, essentially, Mars has an atmosphere kind of more similar to Earth than the moon does. The moon, like, we can just plop things right down on there. But Mars has an actual atmosphere that we have to go through, similar to how things would enter the Earth's atmosphere, that will slow it down. So, yeah, this thing's going, what, 40-something thousand miles an hour right now?
Yeah, 47,000 miles
The atmosphere is going to slow it down to about 13,000 miles an hour, but it's still going to be going 13,000 miles an hour. So then it kind of actively guides itself like an aircraft, and then there is a supersonic parachute. So like a parachute that can deploy when it's going faster than the speed of sound. It's the biggest one we've ever sent to space. That is going to deploy.
Nothing can be taken for granted.
Hold on, I want to show you something here.
Like,
that parachute.
yeah, we have 7 minutes essentially to see if this is going to be destroyed or if it makes it through the atmosphere. That's the time where like we have to hold our breath because we just can't do anything. Yeah, there it is.
Isn't that crazy? That's the when they were testing it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, this is from, that's incredible, from the NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL. These are all the different weird tests they've been doing. And that parachute that you're saying is just unbelievable. Let's just look at it one more time. So you can go to the JPL channel and see all this stuff. Anybody? Because I think people will be interested to see tomorrow at noon. There won't be any lunch therapy, so we can, check this thing out as it lands. So, okay, I've got the 7 minutes of terror here. Their artist representation of it. So let's take a look at it here. This is the 7 minutes of terror. There's that parachute. There it is. Oh, they just drop it out of there.
Isn't that insane?
It's insane.
Then it lowers it. Then this thing just flies away.
Where does it go?
I don't know. Away.
It just goes away. There you go. That's tomorrow. Hashtag countdown to Mars. Anyway, so there's so much. It's so cool. I'm so excited for this. I'm going to be watching. Even if I'm working, I'm going to be watching. Okay, so I think we've covered a lot here, considering we're comedians and not scientists at all. There are, I just want to say one other thing. There is, oh, this is them moving the rover. So wild. This is
so adorable. Why is it cute? It's a machine.
It is adorable. Look at them, they're just like, oh my God, you know, if you can imagine, people are crazy about their cars. Imagine being, how nuts they must be about this thing. They had to work in a clean room the whole time too, because they don't want to send it up there and then all of a sudden pick up some artifact there and think it's from Mars, and it's not. It's from here.
Yeah.
So they had to just be totally clean. This is the actual countdown to Mars. These are people talking about it. They're talking about it right now. This is like live. Some other folks out there who are from actually scientists. They got a little model there. Yeah, this is going to be going on until the launch. This is NASA. Back to the Batcave. Is the speed of sound the same on Mars? Todd says. What do you think, Micaela? Speed of sound.
Oh gosh. I would guess that it's different because the air pressure is different.
Well, you know, they have a little. Do you know about the little helicopter?
Yes. The what is it called? I know what it's called. It's called.
It has a name, huh?
Ingenuity.
Ingenuity.
Yeah, little.
So there's Ingenuity.
So that will be taking, hopefully, the first color pictures of Mars from an aerial view, not just on the ground, but like we can see from above.
And what they said about this too is that because the atmosphere is 1% of what it is on Earth, when that thing's flying at a kind of just a regular level, it's going to be as if it was flying 10,000 feet up into the air, which is, these things don't generally fly that high up in the air. So it's going to take a lot of energy and a lot of, but it's the first flying drone that we've put on any planet. Wow. All right. Again, this is the control center. You can watch it. It's like a 360-degree video that will be happening tomorrow. And there's the press conference. Okay. I think that's about it. I wanted to show some SpaceX stuff, but we can talk about that some other time. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on at SpaceX, but the show's ending.
Yes, there is.
There is, isn't there?
No.
I mean, SpaceX is crazy. I know. Can you believe it? We should do 24 hours until the launch.
I need to talk about space more, Joel.
Well, we can have you come on again. Science fiction is part of dreams, part dreams, part truth. No, I would love it if you'd come on again, Micaela, and we could talk some SpaceX, because that's just, it's incredible. And I had no idea this stuff was going on, but they're just blowing me away with what they're doing.
It really is fast how they've been just developing new technologies and improving on their old stuff. It's like, it's quick.
Yeah. And they take a lot of chances.
Yes, they do. He's a madman, that Elon Musk. He's crazy, but that's what you need. You need a little bit of craziness.
Yeah, I watch sometimes landings. Okay, I got to show you this. Here, this is the one I watched I think it was the other day. This is February 2nd. So they put this whole thing up there, and they didn't put it into space, but it's a high altitude flight test. But I just want to call attention to the landing. So here they are landing the thing, and there's a guy talking in this.
6 minutes, 10 seconds into flight. We're down beneath 1.5 kilometers. We're preparing to restart 2 engines,
trying to
flip
land
the vehicle vertical, then transition to 1 engine for the landing burn.
This doesn't seem real, does it? It seems like a... But they're okay with it.
They are.
It's just another day at the office for them.
Oh, I see. Let's get cameras up.
They're like, yeah, we almost got it. Anyway.
So opening 3.911 at this time.
Yeah,
we will start sweeping for fires.
I'd be freaking out. But they're just like, no.
Yeah, I'd be really pissed. If I invested a lot of time into making that, I would be devastated.
We had, again, another great flight up to the 10-kilometer apogee. We demonstrated the ability to transition the engines to the landing propellant tanks. The subsonic reentry looked very good and stable like we saw again last December, so we've got a lot of good data on flap control. And again, we've just got to work on that landing a little bit, but we'll find out.
We just got to work on that landing.
We were in contact with telemetry all the way
There was nobody in it, obviously. So, explosive.
Yes.
Yeah, it was super explosive. It's fun. All right, so we got to move on to the dance break here. I hope that, if you're sitting around tomorrow and you're going, wow, life's so crappy and boring and horrible these days. Wait a minute. Isn't that Perseverance landing on Mars right now? Yeah. So, let's see. There's a littler bit my ass. I don't know what it means, Ray, but I like it. A little to the left. Yeah, they were like...
Can you believe, can you imagine the day, though, that, well, first of all, do you think they will find evidence of life on Mars?
Oh, this is what I wanted to ask you. I think this is what I think. And you can look at the image that I have for the thumbnail of this show. Is I think they're going to find out. I think they're going to find life. I think they're going to find out life, and I think they're going to go, oh, this was a planet like ours. Maybe not with people walking around and people building big buildings or something like that, but it was something where life was happening and then something occurred and just took it all away. What do you think?
Yes, I think they'll find something. I mean, they have evidence of water clearly, and where there is water, there's the potential for life, especially if it's liquid water. And I see no reason why they wouldn't find evidence. It's just I think that's really gonna shock a lot of people more than we can understand right now. I think when we actually have validation, not just that there's life on Mars, but that there's life outside of Earth.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the whole world's going to disintegrate. Maybe we're not supposed to know that.
I always think
it's a lot. It's heavy information.
That's the whole Area 51 idea, is that they're hiding it from us, right? Because we can't handle the truth. Here's a little funny typo thing from Ray. He said, a littler bit my ass. And I was like, what does that mean? And what he wanted to say was, a little bit. That's so weird. It's funny how these things can... it was a little bit my ass is what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Instead it comes with a littler bit my ass. Anyway, iPhones are trying to make us look like fools. And it's working. It's working. So I do. This is what I think, is I think they'll find life on Mars and nobody will care because nobody's paying any attention. There are all these amazing, incredible things that are happening in science, and we're just we don't know about it because we're not paying attention. What do you think?
Yeah, it might have to be something more than an amoeba for people to get excited. Yeah. If they find a fossil of a thing, that would be something else. But it probably will just be a single-celled organism.
Probably.
Or something.
I did want to say, have you heard that they made a small organism that is the first organic robot?
No, that sounds like a paradox. How is it an organic robot?
Exactly. Well, they made it out of cells, but it does these incredible things and they can control it. And it was the University of Vermont and Tufts University. They put together this thing where they work together and they have made this organic robot, and it's very, very tiny. but it can regenerate itself. It can do all these amazing things that probably eventually we'll be able to put them in people's bodies and like cure cancer or even like help grow limbs. I don't know, all kinds of crazy ideas that are going on with that.
Oh.
I'm going to leave you with that, and we're going to go into the dance party. But we're going to have you back on, Micaela, soon to talk more comedians talking science. Or I don't know what we'll have to come up with what that's called. Somebody had a good one, and I lost it. I don't know where it is. Let's see. Oh, many won't believe it, Loretta says. And that's a good point. People don't believe we landed on the moon. The premise of water is linked to possible bacterial life form. Yeah. So Jose knows about this stuff.
Jimmy Hop. They're going to find Jimmy Hop on Mars.
Todd says we can't handle the truth. We can't even acknowledge that there's a pandemic. Exactly. If we can't even acknowledge that fact. The first living robot, Jose. Yeah. That's pretty cool. All right. We're moving on to the dance break here because we could be doing this until they land that thing. All right. Dance break time. There's a little transition there. I didn't even let it go. Okay, so we're at this beautiful waterfall that was sent to us by Jeff Lohman from Thailand. It's the Mae Sa waterfall in Thailand. We are going to be doing a dance break with Steve York and Katie Morley. And I think religious issues for many. Oh, maybe there are religious issues. They're going to find Brady's deflated football. That's good. So it's snowing. It's horrible in a lot of places. It does not look like Thailand. People are in this horrible, like some people don't have power. So I wanted to bring a little bit of the summer to the show. And so what we're going to do is we're going to play a cover song, of course, by Steve York and Katie Morley, who are musicians. They have a Katie Morley Music, I believe, is the YouTube channel. And I'm bringing a little bit of summer here to the middle of winter. So thank you, Micaela, for being on the show. I'm going to try not to talk so much during the dance break because I do that all the time. And I hope that we can solve the problem that we're having today with the internet. But maybe next time, if that doesn't work, you can be a still photo. Or maybe someday this pandemic will be over. What?
Our internet is bad in this apartment. I think it is my fault. So.
I would never internet shame you.
But thank you for having me. I had a great time. I love talking about space with you.
It's super fun, and I really appreciate somebody who actually knows about this stuff. Space Jokers. That's us. Space Jokers. Oh, yeah, that's a name for the segment. I think we have to include more science, though, because there's so much science that's not space. All right, dance time. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on Lunch Therapy today. We'll be back on Friday, and we will either be celebrating the landing or we will be, I don't know, in just total... No, I'm not even going to think about that. total depression. No, it's not happening. All right, dance break. So this is Summer Breeze by Seals and Croft. Brought to us by Katie Morley and Steve York.
See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. Little light shining in the window lets me know everything's alright. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine of my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine of my mind.
These people are so cool. Someday I want to be cool like
They are good.
She must have a xylophone down there.
See the people laying on the sidewalk, little music from the house next door.
Love this song.
So I walk on up
This
to
song by
the
Hootie and the
doorstep,
Blowfish?
to the screen and across the floor.
What'd you say?
Is this Hootie and the Blowfish?
Yeah, this is by Hootie. It used to be by Hootie and the Blowfish.
Blowing through the jasmine of my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. Blowing through the jasmine of my mind. Sweet days of summer, the jasmine's in bloom.
They are cool.
July is dressed up and playing her tune, and I come home from a hard day's work, and you're waiting there.
My exercises.
Not a care in the world. See the smiles waving
just
in
let
the
this play.
kitchen, food cooking on the place for two. See the arms that reach out to hold you in the evening when the day is through. Summer breeze makes me feel fine.
All right, thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks Katie Morley and Steve York. And thanks Micaela. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.